I'm Patrick.
And I'm Sean.
Welcome to Swazzle Puppet Studio.
In this episode, we're going to show you how you can take a solid block of foam, use a bandsaw, and get a round puppet head. Let's get started. So we've determined that this puppet will be a soft foam puppet. So what we're going to need for this next step are a few materials. One would be a block of soft foam. We have a local source here in the LA area called Atlas Foam. The other thing we're going to need is some tracing paper, a pencil, a pen, and some masking tape. We're going to take the shape that we've already broken down and we're going to trace it onto tracing paper. We're going to trace what we imagine the shape to be based off of our design breakdown. I'm going to take the design and I'm going to make it symmetrical. So just take this and fold it. These lines line up, which is good. And then I see I have an outside line and inside line. I'm just going to just split the difference between the two of them and draw right down the middle. And we flip it over. And essentially what we'll do is we'll ignore our pencil line and we'll follow our red line. And now we have a nice symmetrical shape for the front facing side of the puppet. Now let's do the side. We have our side that we have marked up. We have drawn our shape. The trunk's not going to be part of this. I'm just going to make the head shape and no trunk because I'm not quite sure how we're going to approach that trunk. Now this one, we don't have to worry about making it symmetrical. So again, we're going to follow that red line that we had established. You know that there's gonna be a mouth in there. The mouth will be cut later, so we can kind of not worry too much about that. Sort of give myself a little flat and extended area for where the trunk will be connected. This is the side. This is the front. We take our block of foam and let's just find that center line on that block. There we are, 8 inches. So 4 inches is gonna be our center. So now I need to tack this design down to the foam. So I'm going to use a little glue. It's spray adhesive. So we're going to do a little gluing here at the big bay door, just so we have some ventilation. Just going to put a light dusting of this spray adhesive. And then we're just going to tack our paper down, following that center line. Like so. I'm just going to trim off this extra flashing, and then we'll be ready to put the side view in place. The side view also has a center line. So you need to kind of know what that center line is. So if I go ahead and take my drawing and put it on my design, I see that's the kind of the center line right there. I can just trace that. Now I've got my side view and I have a center line that I will line up with this center line here. But I also want to make sure that the top of the side is level with the top of the head. I'm going to use my straight up and down center line as a marking by my Sharpie and go like that. And then do same thing on the bottom. And I'm going to pair that line around so that I will know where to match the top and bottom of the that and just draw that straight line across. So now I will know that this lines up on this center line and it will line up with this top and bottom here. We have a front view and we have a side view. If we cut out the front view and cut out the side view, we'll be cutting through the whole block, and in the middle will be the start of our actual head shape. So let's take this to the bandsaw and cut it out. All right, so now we're gonna cut with the bandsaw. This is the safety disclaimer. The bandsaw is a piece of heavy machinery. It should not be used by anyone who is not old enough to operate it safely. So if you are younger and you want to make a puppet and you want to use a bandsaw, you need to get an adult to help you. And then also, please follow all of the safety instructions for the manufacturer to make sure that you're operating it professionally. I don't want anyone to get hurt, so please use caution, okay? Or get an adult to do it for you. Got some eye protection here so I don't get foam bits in my eye. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out this shape here. I'm gonna work slowly and carefully. So we turn on the saw, and let's cut this out carefully. Okay, so we have our first cut. So let's go back to the workbench. Next thing we're gonna do is we are going to tape our block back together. So that when we cut our side, we don't have our previously cut pieces moving around in there. We have this taped back together like so. Now we're going to go back to the saw, and we're now going to cut out this side view. If this worked as planned, inside of this block of foam is the beginning of our Eric the Elephant head shape. Let's crack it open and see what we get. So, open this up here, pull this off, and here it is. Now this doesn't look like much because it has these sharp corners on it, but eventually all of these will be cut with a persona, shaped with scissors, and eventually this will become our puppet head. There you have it. Your puppet head is starting to take shape.
In our next episode, we're gonna show you how to refine your shape so it looks more like your puppet design.
Like and subscribe, and don't miss a single step.